Hello everyone, my name is Josh and welcome to Whimsical and Interesting Musings. And today we have a completely different setup than usual. I usually record my reviews, especially all my videos, my reviews, over and recorded by my bed. So it's a completely different setup. We just have a wall here, whereas in the case of my usual reviews, I usually have my electric wheelchair behind me and my King Kong poster in the background. But the reason why I'm changing up a little bit, changing the trajectory of where my reviews usually are, is because I want to read something to you guys, because I have 17 subscribers, and I mentioned in one of my videos that I wrote more, and I have had a lot more videos where I've been reading stuff that I've written. I've been reading it from a novel that I've been writing called Seeing Red, which I've been sharing chapter by chapter, and I've even shared a few poems that I've written and things like that. So I've been sharing stuff that I've been writing since I've started this channel, and I basically want to read a short story to you called Prologue. And this story basically came about when I was assigned an assignment in English class, which was to essentially write an autobiographical piece. My English teacher, Miss Payne, said, write about yourself, like write an autobiographical piece. And because I was kind of, bored of sort of rehashing the stories that, I told my classmates over the years, and certain details might actually be fuzzy now that I've gotten older, I thought, try writing something a little bit more creative. So I thought, well, instead of actually writing from the point of view of any other given circumstances, I wanted to float with the idea of writing from the point of view of an infant being born, a character being born. So this was basically how it all came to be. And this story basically follows a main character. Originally, it was written from the point of view of myself, Josh, and in later iterations, it's been done from the point of view of a fictional character. And I will be referring to it from the point of view of the fictional character as it is written in this particular rendition. But if you really like the story, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, what you thought about this story. And I'm going to begin the story now, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And for now, this is Prologue. My name is Joseph Mallory Wright, and this is my story, one to which there could be many possible threads to get this, the pivot of my life, to begin its whirl. One of which could be my school days, perhaps, where I'm your typical student, wasting his time on fanciful notions of my future happiness, talking about a girl I like, or chasing a dream. I will not choose these for an iteration so dear to me. I'm going to play this straight and begin the whole entry with my earliest memory, and that is of me floating in weightlessness. My eyes are closed, and the hollow sound of amniotic fluid is gurgling endlessly about me. There is nothing but darkness as I lie asleep, listening only to the muffled sound of tiny particles drifting by while my twin brother Jake lies next to me in the same fetal position. We lie here in a narrow space, cocooned around each other, our umbilical cords acting like serpents' claws, binding us together in an unbreakable bond. I share this moment with my twin brother in the hopeful idealism that I would be embarking on many other great adventures with him, once we are born and safely being cradled in our mother's arms. We will be inseparable. We could spend our days running in the park with our father, always running, maybe sitting by a tree with a picnic spread. At school, we look forward to giving our teachers the hassle of causing trouble and using our identical features to serve as a ploy by which one twin could get the other out of trouble. Then, as I open my eyes, a shockwave jolts the atmosphere. I panicked in that instant because these shocks were happening more frequently off and on throughout the last few days, perhaps hours, or even minutes. Either way, I didn't think it was anything to be worried about. I saw it as just nature's way of saying all is right with the world, all is right and the world is ready for its new arrivals. Then the teen years, as I returned to my own thoughts, the studying for exams and enduring puberty, dates, as well as experiencing the end of school year together. Then, after all these events, would come the inevitable point in a sibling's relationship where they grow apart, follow different paths and such. Love, marriage, children, old age, and finally death. These were the feelings and thoughts I had whilst being held by Jake, who always felt that he needed to be kept close to me to protect. He always felt that I needed to be kept close to him to protect me first before thinking of his own welfare. Even if I tried to move away from him, his grip would not falter. Then it was as if a sleep came. I instantly woke because there was yet another shockwave of vibrations rattling numbingly throughout our hollow compartment, causing the two of us to slide toward the end of a tiny pocket of space in the womb. I rocked abruptly into Jake, thus us disturbing his twin's sleep. I then noticed a patch of darkness slowly recede to reveal a flash of bright light. I see a strange shape with multiple limbs attached to each possible orifice emerge and proceed to grab me by the ankle. I am then gradually yanked by my brother's grasp and pulled toward the light. To my amazement, however, as I travelled beyond the light and through the cervix, my umbilical cord did not detach itself from my stomach, but had remained on me. I then felt a sharp tug on the cord, and everything briefly froze. The strange shape had stopped its activity and let go of my ankle and retreated back into the blaze. Suddenly more shock waves came padding through the birth canal, causing the cervical tissue to instantly close with me. For a brief moment, I couldn't breathe. My chest tightened, and all I could do was wiggle about helplessly as the womb inside the compartment started to close. Another vibration caused me to shift my position, going from ankle first to head first out of the womb. The strange shape then reached forth, moving in urgency as it tried to gently cup my head from above of itself and gradually pull me out towards the brightness. I could hear hollowed-out screams as this strange crab-like shape ushered me out of the womb and into the world. Though I'd survived the birthing procedure, I still sensed that something was wrong. I left the womb and everything was dark. I could hear people talking to each other in a language I couldn't begin to understand. A woman was crying with sadness, relief, or joy. And the sudden clattering of instruments on tiled flooring instantly prompted me to open my eyes, only to be greeted by a harsh blaze of ultraviolet light. I started to cry as I was moving around on a table where the nurses had started to check me over. I could hear only noise, deafening noise that made me cringe and curl up inside myself. I was cold, and everything in my body felt sticky. I could no longer feel the numbing sensation of my cord after I had woken up, because it had been quickly removed and disposed of without me feeling anything as much as a pinch. The nurse then proceeded with cleaning me up. I wasn't fully aware of what was going on in front of me because my eyes kept blinking, all bright lights at first, then darkness came in quick flashes. The nurse is smiling down at me, and then she leaves my side with a frown as the doctor ordered her away. Jake? They were cutting. The doctor tried to make the job quick, but an unsteady hand and large portion of stomach to cut through. Too late. Too late. My twin brother and I were never going to meet again in the wilderness at the other end of that small and peaceful haven. Being within the incubation unit of the hospital, I moved frantically inside the casing. My eyes were closed and my heart continued its healthy beat. My wandering thoughts were suddenly interrupted by the irritating sound of shoes clicking on the tiled flooring as the baby next door to me had stopped breathing. The nurse came over and picked the infant up. Looking worried, she checked it over. After that, the nurse left my line of sight, with the unconscious baby cradled in her arms, leaving me to only hear faded sounds echo through the hospital. Seeing that baby reminded me of Jake, and how I couldn't hear him cry when the nurse smacked his bottom. I'd known already, not realising. There was much excitement for me in the womb to see that the cord had wrapped. There was too much excitement in the womb for me to see that the cord itself had wrapped itself around Jake's neck and tightened all the more with every gradual pull the doctor made with me to enter the world, and I couldn't feel the firmness of Jake's persisting grip as we parted ways. The sharp tug was what ended our final touch in a single gesture. He was dead now. Jake and I would not know anything about this moment beyond my infancy, because my entire field memory was erased by a slap, only for me to start a new range of memories. These will stay with me until the time when I come of age. Then the memory of him will return in flashes to me. like a sequence of fireworks going off in my mind's eye. I would imagine someone who looked exactly like me, spoke in my voice, and shared the same common interests as myself, standing side by side, looking at me as I took everything I had forgotten into context again, as well as the bond we once shared. Ah, yes, that'll be quite the big reunion. Something worthy of remembrance, for we shall meet again. That's the end of that story. And that's the end of this particular video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of this particular story, and should I recite more of this story? Should I recite more short stories like this, or should I read more poems? Because I really do enjoy sharing my writings with you guys on YouTube, so let me know what you think of this particular reading, and I hope that you guys are all having a very good day, and take care. Bye-bye for now.